Welcomes you to the following presentation of the Southeastern Conference.
And welcome everyone to ESPN College Football, presented by Geico. Here on the first Saturday of October in Gainesville, Florida. The autumnal hues cascading across the northern Florida landscape here on campus at the University of Florida. It's the 41st meeting all time between the Gators and the Gamecocks. Everything screams SEC football at this time of the year, and we are set to go. Mark Jones chopping it up with Dusty Dvorak. Marty Smith is down on the field. He'll be joining us in just a bit. Hey, this is Florida's highest ranking since 2012. 642 yards of total offense last week. This team, Dusty, seems poised to do something remarkable.
Well, Dan Mullen has his program back on track. 21 wins in his first two seasons, and I think this is his best team yet. Some question marks defensively from a week ago. We'll see if they're answered, but a high-powered offense that was lighting up the scoreboard, and week number one's got everybody feeling like this is a college football playoff contender, and one of the biggest reasons, maybe the best weapon offensively in all the country, Marty Smith.
That's right, Dusty, and that is tight end Kyle Pitts. 4 touchdowns last weekend against Ole Miss. But just how good is this young man that took the nation by storm last weekend? He's this good. Tim Brewster, the tight ends coach here at Florida, just walked over to me moments ago before kickoff here and said, Marty, I've been doing this 34 years. I coached Antonio Gates, a future Hall of Famer. I called Gatesy this week and said, hey, bro, I got one coming along that might just be better than you. Kyle Pitts. High praise on an SEC Saturday in Gainesville, fellas.
They are ready to go, and boy, they got a better version of your announcers down on the field there with Marty and yours truly and Dusty. Florida trying to improve to 2-0, coming off a very impressive win last week up in Oxford, Mississippi. Meanwhile, the Gamecocks trying to rebound from losing a tight one last week against Tennessee, and we are underway. South Carolina to receive. And a fair catch called at the 1-yard line by Shi Smith. And from there it'll be first down and 10 for the Gamecocks. Colin Hill, the starting quarterback, what a story he has, folks. A transfer from Colorado State. Has endured and labored through 3 different ACL injuries and rehabilitation processes. 3. Marinate on that for a little bit. Had a good week last week, 64% completion rate in that loss against Tennessee. Very even-tempered, very poised in the pocket. Very accurate. First down and 10 from the 25. He's going to pass it on first down. Complete to Smith. Steps out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Perceived to be a little bit of a game manager, quote unquote, as we take a look at his career numbers. 3 and 8 at Colorado State, where he played for his now offensive coordinator Mike Bobo, who was the head coach for the Rams. Over 3,300 yards total passing in his career. First down and 10 from the 37. And they hand it off to Kevin Harris. Gains about a yard on the play. Harris, a 5'10 sophomore from Hinesville, Georgia.
You know, it's really impressive for Colin Hill to come in here, win this job. He shows up in January, still rehabbing that ACL from the season, and he won this team over almost immediately. Proved throughout, once he was healthy, proved throughout camp that he was more consistent and had the better arm, and truly won this job between him and Ryan Helinski.
Had 7 explosive plays last week in that game against Laval. Second down and 9. Setting up a little screen, but met with resistance immediately. You're going to hear that name a lot today. Ventrell Miller was the SEC Defensive Player of the Week.
Well, watch him diagnose the screen. He sees it the entire way, just trying to set up Kevin Harris and get a little something going. Slips underneath the block, and a big takedown, much like he did all of last week. SEC Defensive Player of the Week, 15 tackles, and he was all over the field a week ago. We'll be calling his name all throughout this ball game here today. And on the first, third, and long situation, we'll see if Todd Grantham heats up Colin Hill.
Keep an eye on number 13, Shi Smith. He's the go-to receiver. Hill has time and finds his man over the middle, complete, and all the way down to the 40-yard line. A first down for the Gamecocks. That's Leggett with the catch.
Well, Xavier Leggett's the one that's going to have to step up and take on that role as the number 2 option in this offense. Just an in-cutting route. And then a missed tackle on the back end Donovan Steiner cannot get Leggett down. Nice route, and as soon as he comes open, Colin Hill finds his target. Tackling was a problem that plagued this Florida defense a week ago against Ole Miss. Todd Grantham wanted to see that improved. Not improved there on the first 3rd and long.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of yards last week in that win. First down and 10. Hill gets rid of it quickly, complete again to the near side of the field at the 37-yard line. Another catch as Hill seems to be in a nice rhythm to begin this game. That was Josh Vann making the reception. They're going to go quick. They hand it off to Harris, and Harris picks up another first down all the way to the 26-yard line. Brought down by Steiner.
Left side of this offensive line is a strong side. Hutcherson and Wadham, they are allowed to secure the edge. And how about the physical running as Harris lowers his shoulder and finishes off that run through the safety Steiner. Nice, impressive drive to start this game for South Carolina. Much similar to last week when they took the ball right down on Tennessee and scored on their opening possession.
Get in motion, they hand it off to Harris, a little counter play. Eludes one tackler, and a nice gain of about 8 yards for the Gamecocks. In a nice rhythm here. Harris, the 5'10 sophomore from Hinesville, Georgia, had 55 yards rushing last week in that loss.
You'll see 3 different running backs today. You'll see Harris, Fenwick, and White. Harris is the most consistent, more physical runner. You can see his thick build. He's already showing some of that physicality on this opening drive.
Second and 2. Harris again in the backfield. And he'll take the ball, bouncing it outside, and picks up another South Carolina first down. They move the chains again.
Really working on that left side. I mentioned Hutcherson, Wadham, their 2 best offensive linemen, and they're making hay so far early on the ground. Also a nice block on the edge by the tight end Nick Muse. He struggled last week at the point of attack some in the run blocking. Much better job setting the edge and allowing Harris the opportunity to get a nice pickup.
Offense comes out in a trips right formation. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Harris the lone back on first down and 10. Hill trying to check into another play. Harris up the middle between the tackles and down to the 7-yard line. A nice gain. It'll be second down and about 5 to go.
He told us yesterday, Mike Bobo, back in the SEC, back in his roots. He wanted to establish the ground game. They came out throwing the football a little bit, back this Florida defense up some, give them some breathing room, and then we've seen a steady dose of Kevin Harris here as they work their way inside the 10.
Mike Bobo upstairs, the offensive coordinator. His quarterback, Colin Hill, familiar with his system, similar to the one they ran at Colorado State. Second down and 4. And a whistle, flag down at the top of your screen. Looks like we have a little bit of motion on the play.
False start on the offensive right tackle. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
First penalty of the ball game.
Both the right guard and right tackle just a beat too early as they're trying to get that good get off and get some push from that Florida front.
Moves the ball back to the 7-yard line. Shi Smith, the inside receiver to the right of Hill. Second and 9. Out of the backfield, open. Harris with room, put his hat down, and a hard, determined run. They're going to mark it right near that first down. But Harris showing his pass-catching skills out of the backfield, Dusty.
But no one accounts for Harris out of the backfield. Corner bails, he gets depth and zone coverage. No one's there to occupy the flats. An easy pitch and catch from Hill to Harris as now they work themselves inside the 5-yard line. Little methodical drive here going, Jonesy, from South Carolina.
There's a look at the defensive coordinator for the Gators, Todd Grantham. 11th play of the drive coming up, first and goal. Backs out of the eye, fullback in. Harris with the call, and he'll get about a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Dusty, we saw a fullback, I think, for the first time this year.
I was about to say, I don't know if you know who 46 is. That's Adam Prentice. Yes, that's right. Mike Bobo's offense, that pro-style attack. You'll see tight ends. You'll see a fullback. You'll even see quarterback under center. And what's that they're doing? I think they used to call that a huddle.
Wow. Good old ISO fullback football with the lead. Out of Fresno, California, Adam Prentice trying to lead the way.
I'd expect more on the ground here. Let Kevin Harris try to power it in.
It's going to be Harris again. Met with resistance, keeps the feet going. No signal. There's a flag down on the play. Let's see what this flag is about. The official came in from the bottom of your screen signaling touchdown late. Let's get the call right here. That's going to go against the Gators. So we got a touchdown on the run by Harris.
What's the extra effort from Kevin Harris?
The ruling on the field is a touchdown. That play is under review.
Take a look here. We're talking about the physicality of Kevin Harris at 225. He's contacted right at about the 1. Watch the leg drives. He continues to keep those legs churning. He reaches that football over.
Looked like he was in. Didn't look like his elbow touched prior to the ball crossing from this angle.
Watch his knee as he's going down. That thigh hits. Ball looks like it's over the goal line. I think they're going to confirm this call.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
It's quality.
During the play, personal foul, face mask on the defense number 17. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the succeeding kickoff.
Quality physical run there by Kevin Harris to cap off an outstanding opening drive for South Carolina.
12 plays, 75 yards, eclipsing about 7 minutes on the clock as Coach Muschamp's team looks impressive here to start the football game. Muschamp told us in our call with him that this was a hurting team on Sunday when they got together in wake of that loss against Tennessee. But his quarterback, Colin Hill, doing a nice job leading them down the field to start this football game. Couldn't have scripted it any better. You're watching the SEC on ESPN from Ben Hill Griffin Stadium here in Gainesville, Florida. South Carolina on its opening drive, marching it down the field to score a touchdown. It's 7-0, and boy, we have one of the most prolific and copious duos in all of college football here today. It's Kyle and Kyle, folks, peanut butter and jelly straight up. 416 passing yards last week for Kyle Trask. 6 touchdown passes. At the other end of a lot of them, it was Kyle Pitts, 170 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns. This guy is walking 6 points, folks. Keep an eye on him today. A top prospect for the NFL guys.
He's got the cheat code, Jonesy.
Yeah, he sure does.
Size, speed, route running, you name it. Kyle Pitts had it all working a week ago.
Gamecocks kicking off from their own 50, a result of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line for the Gators. We get our first look at Kyle Trask at quarterback. A senior, 6'5", 240 pounds. Look at his numbers last week against Mississippi. 51 points they put on the board. And he took over as the starter last year, the 3rd game against Kentucky, when Felipe Franks got injured, and he hasn't let go of the starting job since, and he has done a fantastic job at it. 642 total yards of offense. And their chance to respond here on their opening drive. They set up a screen out of the backfield. Davis made one guy miss and takes it out to the 32-yard line, a gain of about 7. Tackle made by Thomas. from Manville, Texas. Dusty, I looked it up. He's 9-2 as a starter. A population of 13,000, but a lot of great football players out of that town.
No question. I like his size, I like his pocket presence, and the accuracy all on display in the opener a week ago.
And you see he backed up Derek King now at Miami in high school. They run it to Pierce, and Pierce is going to pick up the first down. Out across the 40-yard line, a nice run to move the chains after a couple of plays. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
Nice job by Pierce pressing the left side, seeing the cutback, putting his left foot in the ground, and getting up the field to move the chains.
That's Pitts in motion. Now he sets in the slot. Trask hands it off to Pierce. And Pierce picks up about 3 yards, brought down by Jones again. Let's go back to Matt Berry in the studio.
Hey guys, good afternoon. Happy College Football Saturday. I've got your Rocket Mortgage studio update. Everybody knows Pitt's got a defense, but if they've got an offense, look out. Kenny Pickett to Jordan Addison. I can tell you who didn't have a defense on this play. NC State. Right now, Pitt up 7-0 on ACC Network.
All right, Pittsburgh with the lead. 2nd down and 8 back here. After the short gain by Pierce. Trask gets rid of it quickly on the edge, complete, and a first down. Grimes with a nice run after the catch, down to the 38-yard line. He was working against Jamie Robinson, who's back this week.
John Dixon over there at corner giving a lot of cushion, and you see Grimes reads that, shuts it down. Easy pitch and catch. That's a big-bodied receiver, a little stiff arm before he's worked out of bounds. Nice pickup for the 6'4 receiver.
Those South Carolina corners, J.C. Horn and Mukwamu, very tall and lanky. Good in coverage. They'll get tested this afternoon. Got another flag down.
Keir Thomas is trying to point at the offensive line, but I think he just got bit on the hard snap count.
Native of Miami, Florida, nicknamed Pop. Had a lot of pop in those pads. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Here's the call.
Offside on the defense, number 5, in the neutral zone, causing an offensive reaction. 5-yard penalty, first down.
They move the ball down to the 36. First down and 5.
Watch out for Pitts up here in the boundary, up top.
Trask looking that way. Little back shoulder pass complete. He was working against J.C. Horn. Dusty, that's going to be a real interesting matchup of two talented guys today.
No doubt. If he's in the boundary one-on-one, they're going to go to him. How about this? So it's outstanding coverage by J.C. Horn. Watch him work back, get that arm inside, work back to the football. That big body, he used it to his advantage. And the soon-to-be All-American already making his presence felt on this opening drive.
During the shutdown, during the pandemic, he had a chance to go to Atlanta and work out a lot, put on about 8 pounds of muscle, worked on his route running, and came back to Gainesville a much improved receiver. First down and 10 from the 16. They hand it off this time to Pierce, still on his feet. Hats popping down in the field, and Pierce has got some pop. Wow. Roderick had his helmet come off when he made the hit. And we got another flag down on the field. Boy, they are bringing some smoke today.
There is no foul on the defense. However, number 10 must remain out of the game for one play. Second down.
Yeah, Roderick's helmet came off, so he'll have to take a play off.
Well, Dameon Pierce is the most physical of these running backs. Watch the pad level, how low he gets. Good balance, and boom! Lowers the boom, lowers the shoulder, and a tough running back to get to the ground. Physical piece of running there by Dameon Pierce.
That'll rattle your feelings a little bit.
You wouldn't be ready for that, Mark Jones.
Oh, they want all the smoke today. 2nd down and 1 coming up for the Gators from inside the 10-yard line. This is their opening drive of the ball game after the Gamecocks took it down the field and scored first.
Tight bunch over here. Got both Tony and Pitts to the right of the formation.
Trask hands it off. And again, it's Pierce taking it down to the 2-yard line. So many options inside the 5-yard line, Dusty.
No doubt. I mean, you continue to run the football. They're getting nice movement up front, running the football extremely effectively, and obviously run the football sets up the play-action pass. You got to look for number 84, Kyle Pitts, in this inside the 5 in the red zone.
Brian Johnson and Dan Mullen, a collaborative effort on the play calling.
Did a little play-action boot to him. Get things started a week ago.
Pitts in motion now. Hand it off, and boy, room service for Dameon Pierce. Touchdown Gators. Untouched. And an extra point away from tying this football game.
We spent so much time, we're going to see a kick out here. We spent so much time talking about him. Watch Pitts come in motion, and he's going to help set the edge. Not only is he a receiver, good block right there, stays underneath. The tackle kicks out, and a walk-in touchdown for Dameon Pierce.
His first rushing touchdown this season, the 7th of his career. And we are knotted at 7 apiece after a couple of opening drives. Impressive ones by both teams. Dameon Pierce from Bainbridge, Georgia. Pierce in that defense made it look easy. In front of about 17,000 fans here, Trask leading his team down the field. Fans still watching virtually as well. Back with more after this.
ESPN College Football is presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Boy, in a radiant sky here today in Gainesville, Florida. At Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, Mark Jones alongside Dusty Dvorak and my man Marty Smith down in the field. As the Gators kick off after scoring that touchdown by Dameon Pierce. And we got a flag down, and as it goes out of bounds, Hill getting set to come back onto the field. We're going to take a short break, folks, and pay some bills. That's what we got to do in TV sometimes. Back after this. Welcome back, everyone, to Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. 3:45 to go in the first quarter, knotted at 7 apiece. Quarterback Colin Hill is from a place called Moore, South Carolina. Now, after high school, he traveled 1,500 miles to play at Colorado State in Fort Collins. That'll get you a lot of airline points. Then he took his talent 1,600 miles back to the Palmetto State to play his final season in Columbia. It will be near friends and family who are just under 90 miles from Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia. Sounds like an 864 area code to me.
I'll take your word for it. I thought it was interesting talking to Will Muschamp. He offered Colin Hill in December of his senior season, and Colin Hill had already had the relationship with Mike Bobo, so he goes all the way to Colorado State, and ultimately they both, Mike Bobo and Colin Hill, end up right back here at South Carolina. And Mike Bobo told us sometimes things happen for a reason.
He certainly endured and faced adversity through his career, through 3 different ACL knee injuries. Right now with the reins of the offense, 1st and 10, little play action over the middle, incomplete, broken up, intended for Smith at the 40-yard line. Marty, what do you got?
A lot of us had not heard of Colin Hill entering the season, fellas, and I was a little surprised when it wasn't Ryan Olinsky who was named the starting quarterback for South Carolina. Many were. So I asked Will Muschamp very pointedly this week, why was Hill the right choice? And he said really simply, Marty, he was just better. He won the locker room extremely quickly, has an NFL arm, and everyone after those 3 ACL tears and coming back from that appreciates his toughness. He won that team very quickly, guys.
Yeah, important to have the locker room if you're a quarterback. Completes it to Smith on a little receiver screen. Smith could not shake the defensive back there, Sean Davis, who made a nice open field tackle. Davis out of Miami, Florida. Senior, 6 feet, 206 pounds with a nice stop.
Outstanding open field tackle. Sean Davis had to get the electric Shi Smith to the ground. Set up a 3rd and long situation. We have not seen much pressure on Colin Hill. The front four haven't been able to get there just yet. Be surprised if we don't see Todd Grantham dial up a pressure and try to put some heat on the quarterback.
Davis had to sit out the remainder of the game last week after being ejected, DQ'd in the first half for targeting. Hill with plenty of time. Incomplete, intended for his receiver over the middle, number 9, Nick Muse. His tight end, it'll be 4th down, they'll punt.
Well, they brought no pressure. It was an outstanding job up front. Plenty of time for Colin Hill to stamp in the pocket, throw it right over the head of the umpire, slightly behind Muse, but that's a ball he's going to have to catch, and you have to kind of wonder mentally. Muse had a big drop on the final drive of the game against Tennessee in his first opportunity today. He lets a 3rd down ball go to the ground, and one that he should have caught.
And as a result, Ty Kroger into punt, averaging a little over 35 yards per on the season. Standing at his own 22-yard line. Gets off a nice high spiral. This is Tony on the return. And Kadarius Toney going to be brought down at about the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 from there for the Florida Gators. Well, tonight, the ESPN College Football primetime game is the Deep South's oldest rivalry. Auburn, Georgia, number 7, number 4, meeting between the hedges at 7:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific on ESPN, as well as the ESPN app. Note that the Dogs have won the last 3 and 6 of 7 against the Tigers.
That Georgia defense, that Dog's got some bite.
Yes.
Can't wait to see them against Bo Nix in that offense today. Great matchup tonight.
Another look at the Gators offense here, their 2nd time of the ball game. Pitts, the inside receiver, to the top of your screen on 1st and 10. We'll go to the other receiver underneath at the 38-yard line. That pass complete to Shorter, Justin Shorter, with a nice gain, sending him a 2nd down and short.
A lot of cushion outside there for Shorter, the big 6'5" receiver, transfer from Penn State a season ago. Plenty of space between him and the defender. J.C. Horn, easy pitch and catch for Kyle Trask.
Second and 3, a little pressure coming defensively. They try to heat up Trask, and what a catch by Pitts. Wow, he went stretch mode on that. Up high and brought it down, finally tackled by Roderick.
Watch the pocket presence of Trask. They're going to bring a pressure, and he's unfazed. Just a little slide to his right, avoid the pressure, and fire a strike, and let the 6'6" target go up, climb the ladder, and bring it in. Kyle Pitts, such a tough cover and such a big catch radius.
Down to the 42-yard line. Pitts in the backfield this time. Anquan Wright, the lone back, number 6. On 1st and 10, they hand it off to Wright. And Wright makes it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line, picking up 3. Sterling making the tackle. What a huge week. Prolific, bountiful last week for Kyle Trask. 416 yards passing, 6 touchdowns. And when you think about how he measures up against other quarterbacks, those are some pretty impressive numbers when you're talking Tim Tebow and Chris Leak.
Both guys won a national championship here, Jones.
Yes. Last time they won a championship here was 2008. 2nd down and 7. Trask, incomplete, broken up nicely by J.C. Horn, but a late flag thrown. Intended for Shorter. J.C. Horn is the son of Joe Horn, the former receiver for the New Orleans Saints in the NFL.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 by each team. Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense, number 72. Pass interference on the defense, number 1. Those penalties will offset. Replay, 2nd down.
All right, let's do it again.
Take a look at Horn here. I think they got him with a grab, and you were mentioning J.C. Horn, their best cover guy. Coach Robinson, the defensive coordinator, with that left hand, he hooks him a little bit, gets the right hand over the top, but that's a proper call. And we'll take a look at 72. Forsyth is going to get too far up the field. You can see he's clearly well too far down the field. Nice pickup on both by the official. Let's do 2nd down again.
42 seconds to go in the first quarter. 3 receivers out to the top of your screen.
Checking.
Trask under heat, steps up, delivers into traffic, and what a grab at the 14-yard line. Wedmore with a tremendous catch. His 4th of the season. That one's for the highlight reel.
Watch this. He's going to get pressure off his side, slides to his left, moves back right, squares up his shoulders, and fires an absolute dart. Puts it up there, allows his receiver to go up and get the football. Outstanding job by Whitemore to go up and bring it in.
Impressive 6'4" freshman from right here in Gainesville. Bootleg action. Complete. Pitts. And got a great block. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts with his 5th touchdown of the season.
A little misdirection. They're going to get everything going right. We're going to get a boot out to the right, and they're going to sneak out Kyle Pitts all the way to the left side. Nobody accounts for him. You see he's going to block initially, sneak out the backside. By the time South Carolina recognizes it, it's too late. A little bump block on the way in, and Kyle Pitts to the end zone once again early on in this season.
Back-to-back impressive drives by the Gators offense. This one 5 plays, 69 yards, 2:31 on the clock, and they lead 14-7 with 6 seconds to go. The Kyle and Kyle show in full effect here in Gainesville so far this afternoon.
How about the Kyle connection? What do you think about that?
I'll take that.
I like the play design, man. Misdirection boot, full flow to the right, work your star tight end back to the left. They don't account for him, and it's a walk-in touchdown. 5 already receiving touchdowns on the young season for Kyle Pitts. Matches what he was able to do last year in 12 games.
There's a reason why he's on the John Mackey watch list this year. And Marty has more downstairs. Marty?
Jonesy, you just mentioned it, that he's on the Mackey Award watch list this year. He was livid that he was not considered last year. And the reason why he wasn't considered last year is because he didn't have his hand in the dirt enough in a traditional tight end lineup position. He said that award is important to me because it shows everybody I'm the best in the country at my position. And when I talked to him this week, he said to not even be nominated last year, he said that was the chip on my shoulder that drove me this whole offseason, preseason, and every down right now.
Man, Marty, there's nothing like feeling like you've been punked. And why guys getting like nitpicky about a hand in the ground, Dusty? Let's go back to the studio first.
All right, guys, got a couple of Big 12 updates for you. West Virginia, Baylor. Oh, Jarrett Daggy, teach me how to Daggy. 2-yard touchdown. Mountaineers up 7-0. That over on ABC. TCU, Texas, another short touchdown. Darwin Barlow, 1 yard out. TCU up on Texas, 7-0. Gentlemen.
All right, Matt, back here from the 25-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Heard from Britton Coxia today. Outstanding defensive end here for Florida.
Little play action. They fake it to Harris, and Hill completes it. Nice move to Smith. And that's probably going to be the last play of the first quarter. Smith with a little gain. South Carolina trailing 14-7 as they head towards the sidelines. The first 15 minutes in the books. Kyle Pitts making his mark on this season, alerting all the Mackey voters, look my way. Don't ignore me this year. Hats are popping here down in the field in Gainesville. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. Gamecocks and Gators here at the Swamp. Well, this season, for every field goal and extra point made by participating universities, Allstate will make a contribution to the university's general scholarship fund. Thank you, Allstate. Look at the respective quarterback numbers. Both of them throwing that pill pretty well so far. Hill 7 of 9 with the ball right now. Trask has not missed on any of his passes yet. On second down, Harris with a nice run between the tackles picks up another South Carolina first down. Diabate making the tackle on the play.
Nice job on the right side. Javon Gwynn, the strongest of this offensive line. Good push opening that hole on the right side. A little tempo here.
Hill with plenty of time. Incomplete. Lobbed it over the defensive back, who was a nice attempt. He was working against Marco Wilson, intended for Josh Vann.
Well, his cover 2 zone coverage, as you see 3, Wilson continues to get depth. I think he gets in the way of Vann, his line of vision. Maybe he got a small piece of that football, change the trajectory ever so slightly. Like Vann was going to be able to come up with a reception, but that nice job at the last second by Wilson to get a finger on the football and change where it was headed.
Smith and Leggett to the top of your screen. Now Smith in motion. They fake the jet sweep. This is going to be Leggett on the receiver screen, but he's got to catch the ball first. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up. Sophomore from South Carolina, a little bit overzealous there.
They had the big man, 55, Ja'Kai Moore out in front. That's a ball Leggett's going to have to come up with. He had grass out in front. Chance to get a nice gain on second down. Now you're sitting here 3rd and long. I have to think 13 Shi Smith is where you're looking first and foremost, Jonesy. See him at the bottom of your screen. Going to try to hide him here in the middle. Go-to guy on 3rd down.
They got Wilson lining up with him and a guy over the top as well on 3rd and 10. Hill stepping up. Incomplete, up in the air. Boy, and Smith took a hit from Jadon Hill, number 23, coming in like a missile that time.
Well, just as we thought, you see Shi Smith work his way up, and he just sits down, and that zone coverage, Colin Hill tries to put it on him, but Jadon Hill comes out of nowhere. Nice job breaking on the football and breaking that pass up to force the punt.
Rashad Torrance was also there, and right now we got Tony back for this punt from Kai Kroger. Going to roll out a low line drive, returnable at the 20-yard line. Tony still on his feet. Tony with an alley. Tony on the move, and he's brought down to the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Gators. Well, August 31st, South Carolina football's team did not take to the practice field. Instead, joined on campus by student athletes from other Gamecock sports to continue their fight for racial equality. Players wore shirts with the phrase, "Matter is the minimum," in support of the Black Lives Matter movement during a demonstration. And the phrase, "Matter is a minimum," was first seen on a sign held up by backup quarterback Jay Urich back in June. And that has been one of the enduring themes for this team during the season. 1st down and 10 for the Gators from the 46. And the ball came loose. Trask got popped. It came loose, and the Gamecocks come up with the football on the game's first turnover. Big hit on the play by Hemingway, which forced Trask to cough it up.
A little zone read here, and Trask going to call his own number. And you mentioned it, Hemingway, shoulder on the football as Trask leans forward, ball comes out, and the Gamecocks are on it. Outstanding individual effort by Tonka Hemingway. Get off the block, shed the block of the tight end. Nice form tackle, ball's out, and the leader of the defense, Ernest Jones, is on top of it.
Did they take a shot here, Dusty? Take advantage of it?
Sudden change. Why not? Take a shot.
Always an option. They run it. Harris has been doing a good job on the ground for them. A nice gain down to the 41-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play for Harris, who has gotten the bulk of the carries here today for the Gamecocks offensively. He's joined in the backfield today by Fenwick and White. A rare turnover by Kyle Trask, and Gamecocks in good field position to start this drive, 2nd and 4. Hill on the slant, incomplete, jarred loose, no flag on the play, and we'll go back to the studio. That pass intended for Powers.
Guys, South Carolina coming off the loss last week to Tennessee. Tennessee's SEC's longest winning streak. Eric Gray, nice cutout. Volunteers up 14-0 on Mizzou, SEC Network.
Well, Tennessee, of course, coming off the win last week against South Carolina here. 3rd down and 4 for the Gamecocks. Couple of backs beside Hill. They run a draw play. Harris picks up the 1st down. Boy, you have to like that play call by Mike Bobo, the offensive coordinator, Dusty.
And it's an outstanding job on the interior of the offensive line. Watch these 3 guys open up a big hole. Hutcherson, 50, 71. Douglas up to the 2nd level. Gets a key block and a big open hole for Harris to pick up a nice 1st down. Outstanding play call from the offensive coordinator, Mike Bobo.
1st and 10 from the 35. Hill hands it off to Harris again. Broke 1 tackle in the backfield and pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. We were talking to Mike Bobo about his quarterback Colin Hill, and you know, back when they were at Colorado State together, they had lost a game, a bad loss against Arkansas at the time, and on the ride home, to tell you something about Hill's ability to take a hit and stare at adversity and keep moving forward, he said, Coach, as he walked up to the front of the plane, he said, I'm still going to win you a championship. Determined young man, remaking his career here at South Carolina. 2nd and 7. Harris around the right side. Great spin move. Indomitable on that run. Harris, another 1st down. He ran through Dean on that play.
Yeah, Trey Dean's a physical safety. Listen to this in real time. Just a physical run with the spin, and he keeps the legs moving. Outstanding 1st half here so far for Kevin Harris. His 12th carry already in this 1st half. They told us they want to run the football, possess it, keep the ball away from Kyle Trask, that offense, and they've established the line of scrimmage here in the 1st half, and Harris off to a hot start.
He's on the sidelines now. Looked like he blew a tire on that last run. 1st down and 10. They hand it off. Another prolific run. This is Fenwick. Deshaun Fenwick, the 6'1 sophomore from Bradenton, Florida. And an impressive drive continues to move the football down the field for the Gamecocks.
I like this block here. Watch Hutcherson pull around and get out in front. Big hole opens up off the right side, but it's 50 Hutcherson getting up to the 2nd level, securing that block there on Bernie. And a nice hole once again for Deshaun Fenwick.
Smith, the inside receiver, the middle receiver, pardon me, to the bottom of your screen right there. Little option into the boundary, and a great tackle on Fenwick on the play. Knifing through that line was Elam. Nair Elam.
And Elam needed to make that tackle with no one else out there. He's got contained. He works outside in. An outstanding individual effort to get the ball carrier on the ground.
Good looking tackle by the 6'2 sophomore from Riviera Beach, Florida. 2nd down and 11 for the Gamecocks.
Here for play action pass. That's Shi Smith over the middle.
Fenwick in the backfield. He takes the handoff, got a nice seam, still on his feet inside the 5. Brought down to the 4, took a big hit from Ventrell Miller, who made the tackle.
Just saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Continue to run the football and establish the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 3 here. I'd be surprised if they don't run it again.
They can get a 1st down without a touchdown. Smith says, I'll take 6. Touchdown, South Carolina. And do your little dance, Gamecocks. An extra point away from knotting this football game at 14.
Cashing in after the turnover. You've got to take advantage. Florida offense not going to give South Carolina many freebies. Kyle Trask put one on the ground. Give this offense a lot of credit for cashing it in and scoring the touchdown.
Smith with his second touchdown of the season. Scored one last week. In that loss against Tennessee, we are tied at 14 apiece with 9:31 to go in the first half of play here in this SEC East battle. Shi Smith, not shy about taking it into the end zone, putting the opposition in the friend zone. Always a good thing when your coach is air punching on the sidelines. Back after this. Gotcha. Well, we're tied at 14 with 9.5 minutes to go here in the first half in a very competitive football game, which should be no surprise when you look at the fact that the last couple of times these two teams have met, it went down to the fourth quarter. South Carolina actually led going into the final 15 minutes on the last two occasions. On the return, the Gators will start off from the 40-yard line. And now let's take a look at today's more driven moment, brought to you by Goodyear.
Shi Smith, the biggest playmaker on this offense. She trips down here to the field. Nick Muse, the tight end, going to get out in front. And they're going to get a couple of key blocks outside. The screen hit. Sean Davis can't get there. And it's a little bit more than a walk-in touchdown for Shi Smith, but no defender really ever challenged. Outstanding job by Mike Bobo, keeping that defense off balance, guessing, running on second long, throwing on third and short. Felt like Mike Bobo just one step ahead of his former co-coach in Georgia, Todd Grantham.
Can't give Grantham a chance to dial it up. Trask. Nice catch and run and first down by Tony as we go back to Matt in the studio.
All right, guys, Texas in an early hole against TCU, 7-0, but here comes Sam Ellinger across the middle. Jake Smith, good hit here. They ruled it a touchdown, and we're all tied at 7 in Austin.
All right, Matt, back here from the 49-yard line. Under 9 minutes to go. Malik Davis in the backfield. First down and 10 for Florida. Trask completes it to Tony again, and when he brought down, let's see where they mark his forward progress at about the 43-yard line. Kadarius Toney had 5 catches for 59 yards last week, missed 6 games because of an injury last year. But he's a great option when you look at taking some of the pressure off of Kyle Pitts.
Explosive, smart football player. He's become a better route runner, was outstanding a week ago. Unable to find any space, and that was the true freshman 3, Jordan Birch, number 4 overall recruit in the nation, coming in last year on that tackle for loss.
On 2nd and 14, little receiver screen, incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Grimes. Well, they've had a couple of those drops here.
A lot of drops, both squads, and this one, Grimes, typically a sure-handed receiver, looked like he was running and anticipating contact before he looked the football in. You got to catch then run, not run before you catch, Mark.
And check out this formation now for the Gators. Trask out of the shotgun.
Down here, you got Pitts in the boundary by himself. Safety cheating over the top.
On 3rd and long, they come the other way. This one is caught by Tony, and he turns it north-south for the first down. His momentum appeared to be taking him out of bounds, Dusty, but man, he got those shoulders squared, made a first down out of it.
Yeah, wide open and the far flats to the field. Out of your screen right now, but he's working on the safety. 10, R.J. Roderick can't keep up with him. It was a foot race to the flats. That's a foot race that Kadarius Toney's going to win every time, and outstanding with the football after the catch to move the chains.
From the 39-yard line, Tony in motion, play action. Trask surveys, and he's going to be sacked back at the 42-yard line. Nobody was open downfield, and Aaron Sterling brought him down.
Give this secondary a ton of credit. Kyle Trask bought time, he waited, and nobody open down the field. We can freeze it right there, guys. Kyle Trask looking, he's got bodies on bodies. He's there for him. Nowhere to go for Kyle Trask. He tries to wait for somebody to come open. Safety over the top, and the pressure gets there late. Outstanding coverage, and a nice sack to get the quarterback down.
Pitch to the inside receiver at the top of your screen. Trask looks the other way. Down the seam, complete. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. And a nice catch made by Xavier Henderson. True freshman out of Miami.
Well, a true freshman just going to work right up the seam here, and nobody's going to go with him. Eyes on the quarterback. 7, Jamie Robinson does not continue to get any kind of depth. And they leave Henderson wide open up the seam. Kyle Trask going to find that open receiver every time.
From the 19. Trask hands it off to Davis. Malik Davis couldn't find a crease, moved the pile for a gain of about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and about 7 to go. Davis, Pierce, Wright, the 3 tailbacks for the Gators today. This school, of course, has a long lineage of prolific tailbacks. We talk about number 22 back in the day, Emmitt Smith, amongst others.
What you know about Emmitt Smith?
Oh, come on. I know Emmitt Smith. Under 6 minutes to go.
NFL's all-time leading rusher, Mr. Jones.
Trask hands it off again. And this is Davis again. Sets up a 3rd down and about 2. Tackle made by J.C. Horn, supporting from the corner.
Playbook's wide open here for Brian Johnson / Dan Mullen. You know, that collaborative effort that they have calling plays. They both bounce things off of each other in real time while this is all happening.
Brian Johnson, former quarterback at Utah, played for Mullen when he coached there.
A lot of success running the football, but obviously play action to Kyle Pitts always in play here in the red zone.
Pitts lined up right there. 3rd and short. Complete to Tony. Got the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal from about the 8-yard line. Drawing a lot of traffic. Great misdirection that time. Tackle made by Roderick.
Well, this is outstanding play design. Watch the 2 outside receivers come in on slants, essentially set a pick for Tony to get to the perimeter and pick up enough for the 1st down. Outstanding play design by Dan Mullen on 3rd and short.
Grimes in the slot to the top of your screen. On 1st and goal for Florida. He looks that way into the end zone. Pitts with the catch, but he was in bounds or not. Incomplete.
That was
2nd and goal.
That was close. I think his toe is just out. Corner of the end zone. Throw it to the pylon, they say.
Oh, he's on the line.
That toe just out of bounds. Pitts trying to make it 6 for 6. That would have been his 6th touchdown in as many quarters.
You've just got to throw it close to Kyle Pitts and give him a shot.
I'm surprised he wasn't able to get that foot in bounds. I don't think he knew exactly where that sideline was.
Here we go on 2nd and goal. They hand it off to Davis. Cuts it back the other way, and good defense that time up front before R.J. Roderick finally makes the tackle for the Gamecocks. What are your options on 3rd and goal here?
I think you just saw a pretty good option there on 1st down.
Okay. That would be Kyle Pitts.
Toe out of bounds.
Already has 5 touchdowns on the season.
Going to go empty here. Split Malik Davis out to the near side of your screen. Here's Pitts up top to the boundary with Grimes.
A whistle, and it looks like the Gamecocks are going to call the timeout with 3:41 to go in the 1st half of play. Will Muschamp's team has won 5 of the last 10 against the Gators, and looking for a little atonement for last year here.
ESPN College Football, presented by Geico, is brought to you by Allstate. You've never been in better hands.
There's the deuces right there. Emmitt Smith, one of the best ever to do it. Heisman Trophy winner. Steve Spurrier and Jesse Palmer, our own guy, and Gronk just across the way on Interstate 4. TB?
Got to show up.
Yeah.
Big third down and goal here for the Gators. Now we've got moving Kyle Pitts all over the field, inline tight end to your left.
Trask over the middle, incomplete in the end zone. And Tavares Robinson, the defensive coordinator in South Carolina, get the stop they needed on third down. It would appear that Trask had a definitive target there, Dusty.
Well, some pressure here on Kyle Trask. You see they have a looper come inside, come clean. Looks like it was Jones. I think that rushed Kyle Trask a little bit. Pass sails high, have to settle for the field goal. Nice job getting a stop on a crucial third down.
McPherson into the ball game. He's 3 of 3 on the season, had a long of 55 last week in that win against Mississippi. This one a chip shot from 26 in Florida. Takes a 3-point lead, 17-14 with 3:30 to go in the first half of play. We're going to take a short break and come right back after this. Stick around. And welcome back, everyone, and look at our Wendy's weekend wake up. Say that fast 10 times and look at a great menu of games. Dusty, particularly intrigued by Oklahoma and how they bounce back this week against Iowa State at Ames.
No doubt that's a tough place to play in Ames, Iowa, and the calendar has changed October. And Matt Campbell and his bunch in this month, they are tough. They're 10-1 in their last 11 games in the month of October. Interesting matchup tonight, like you said, to see how the Oklahoma Sooners bounce back. They haven't lost back-to-back regular season games since 1998.
Wow.
That's in jeopardy tonight in Ames, Iowa.
Got a talented young quarterback in Spencer Rattler, the freshman. Last one was 13 plays, 54 yards, and ended with a 26-yard field goal. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gamecocks. We'll go back to the studio and Matt Berry. Matt?
All right, gentlemen, coming up on the Lexus halftime report, Tennessee owns the SEC's longest winning streak. We'll have highlights of their game today against Mizzou, plus Texas down to TCU. Can they avoid the upset? And breaking news in the NFL. We'll update you on Cam Newton and the schedule change. The real-life Jesse Palmer, not the cardboard cutout. Joey Galloway joining me coming up.
Man, we got Jesse Palmer everywhere, huh?
That's right. Global. All over the place.
3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Let's see how Hill and the Gamecock offense respond. They got to stop somewhat. Up high and incomplete at midfield at the 45-yard line, intended for Leggett. They couldn't squeeze it. It was jarred loose there nicely by Elam.
Yes, nice job by Elam, but squeeze the ball. Strong hands for Leggett. That's a catchable ball over the middle. He didn't secure the catch, and then the left arm comes in, knocks it loose completely. Colin Hill not getting a lot of help from his wide receivers so far here today.
They had a couple of drops, 2nd down and 10. 4 receivers out in this formation. Harris in the backfield. Hill fires high, incomplete for the tight end, Nick Muse. It'll be 3rd and 10 in a blink.
Well, pressure coming off the right side, right in the lap of Colin Hill. Couldn't really step into the throw as you saw it sail high of his intended target, Nick Muse. And an important 3rd down and 10 situation. They've chewed up no clock with 2 quick incompletions. You don't pick this up, you're giving Kyle Trask and that offense the football back once again before we go to half.
We talked about that starting tackle, Moore, number 55, whether Florida was going to try that side of the offensive line. Might this be an opportunity with pressure?
Definitely could be. Shi Smith down here at the bottom of your screen.
Little backside heat, and they swallow up Colin Hill in the pocket all the way back at the 17-yard line. Brenton Cox Jr. with a sack. He was joined by Carter.
Well, it comes from both sides. You'll see Carter here. And how about this spin move back inside by Cox on the top side? Comes up, hit him with the ice pick right in the back, Jonesy.
Oh.
Outstanding pressure as it had to feel like the walls were caving in on Colin Hill. Pressure coming from both sides. Carter with a nice bull rush. Cox with a nice inside move. And Colin Hill knows there's nowhere to go but down.
They talk about Brenton Cox in terms of his improvement using his hands during pass rushing this year. Transfer from Georgia, setting up a 4th down and 17 Florida should get decent field position after this punt when we come back. Guy Kroger going to punt again for the Gamecocks. From the shadows of his goalpost at the 7-yard line, end over end. A rather shallow effort this time that comes down at the 48-yard line. Good starting field position for the Gators. So, Dusty, tell me about that great pass rush and the quote-unquote ice pick. You gave me the lawnmower last time.
Okay.
Give me the ice pick.
So Brenton Cox, a lot of people see spin moves, but how does a spin move work? When we show this replay, he's going to hit his first arm here. When he spins, this back arm's going to pick right in his back, and it's going to open it up for him to walk right into the quarterback. You'll see him come off the edge. Now watch whenever this initial arm goes over his outside arm. That's when he's going to set and now post right there. Wow. That is picture perfect when you can clear that offensive tackle, and then not only does it push the offensive tackle away, it clears you and gets you closer to the quarterback. Nowhere for Colin Hill to go. Outstanding individual effort that even the former Gator Alex Brown would have been impressed with.
One of the best ever do it. Number 13 he wore for the Gators here. This is Trask. Going to use his legs for one of the rare times. Brought down, and a flag. It might have been a horse collar tackle that time. That was Inikbari, who had a penalty against him last week, too, against Tennessee.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle.
Yep.
On the defense, number 52. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Boy, that one really hurt South Carolina.
It does, and not only is it an extra 15, as you see Inikbari fly in and clearly get within the framework of his shoulder pads. I like the effort, but you got to be smarter and go lower when you're trying to bring down a ball carrier from behind. Been a great first half so far, but feels like it's slipping away here as we tick down closer to the end of the opening first half.
From the 30, Malik Davis in the backfield beside Trask on a little counter handoff. Still on his feet. And brought down at about the 25-yard line. It'll be second and about 5 to go. What do you make of the balance so far in this Florida offensive attack?
This is exactly who they want to be and what they want to do. You know, they didn't run the football as effectively a week ago, and, you know, had to think coming in, a lot of people eyeballs on Kyle Trask, Kyle Pitts. They've made it a point. They want to establish the running game here in this opening half.
Pitch to the bottom of your screen, the inside slot receiver. They run it to the other side. Pierce. There's a flag down at the 24-yard line. Pierce is brought down as well. With 2 minutes to go in the first half, this is going to be a hold against the Gators. They'll bring it back.
Brett Heggie, the center, gets a hold. He was outstanding a week ago against Ole Miss. SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week.
Holding on the offense, number 61. 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Get outside, you can see gets the defender around the waist, gets that pull on Jabari Ellis. Pick up by the official. We're talking about Brett Heggie. He's dealt with a lot of various injuries throughout his career. He is tough, physical, set the tone last week on the opening play. It was a 9-yard run. He buries the defensive lineman 10 yards, even past the ball carrier. Really set the tone and tenor for what this Florida offense wanted to be. Doing a really nice job on the interior of that Florida offensive line.
Yeah, somebody's making good things happen for Kyle Trask at quarterback and Kyle Pitts at tight end. Wright, the tailback right now. Naquan Wright. The third one we've seen this afternoon on second down and 15. They've got to get down to the 20-yard line for a first down. 4 receivers out in the formation. They run some option into the boundary. Trask keeps it all the way down to the 17-yard line. Kyle Trask with a little sleight of hand.
How about Kyle Trask? Watch what he does right there. 53 Jones. He doesn't know where to be, so he cuts it up. That's an outstanding read by the pocket passer on a little option into the near side. He had the linebacker, Ernest Jones, was playing the pitch. Kyle Trask read it perfect, cuts up, and a nice pickup for the big quarterback.
Hit him with the sauce for a first down run. Kyle Trask, who was a senior in high school, was ranked the 2,123rd prospect. So much for rankings. He completes the pass to Copeland to make it a first down and goal. was not highly recruited, Kyle Trask. The only other offer he had was from Dallas Baptist, a Division II school that plays in the Lone Star Conference. But he came to a Florida Gator football camp in 2015 as Jones is hurt on the field, and former head coach Jim McElwain made him an offer. Well, now playing on ESPN tonight, 7:30 Eastern time, as Jones is able to get up under his own power. That's Ernest Jones. Jones, a big part of their defense, made all SEC preseason for the Gamecocks. Well, tonight at 7:30 Eastern time, number 4 Georgia hosting number 7 Auburn, followed by the UFC Fight Night main card from Fight Island in Abu Dhabi. Tomorrow it's Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Miami Heat and the Lakers. Heat ready to bounce back behind Jimmy Butler. That at 7:30 Eastern time on ABC, and Monday Night Football on ESPN has Aaron Rodgers, the 3-0 Packers taking on the Falcons, all playing now on ESPN and the ESPN app. First down and goal for the Gators. Trask on the slant, touchdown again, Pitts. Peanut butter and jelly one more time. Another hookup for a score, and the Gators up by 9.
Was there any question when they get in this area who it's going to? 6 touchdowns, 6 quarters of football this young season for that man right there, Kyle Pitts, who just gives defenses in this country fits. Man.
That dude is a walking touchdown. 10-point lead for the Gators with 1:22 to go in the first half. One more look.
Kyle Trask at the mesh point is phenomenal. Watch him ride this. These backers come downhill. It's going to open up the middle of the field. Watch him ride it, and pull it up. As soon as those backers clear, he knows his tight end, Kyle Pitts, has inside leverage on the slant. Put it in there right, and he pulls it out as the backers get up. Easy pitch and catch there for the Kyle to Kyle connection one more time. Excellent route.
Tell you what, Kyle Pitts is one of those guys, Dusty, when you run into a football team in the airport and you see him walking around, he makes first team all airport. I mean, he looks good whether he's in uniform or not in uniform. Kyle Pitts, 6'6", 240 pounds, out of Philadelphia, PA. He chose Florida over Georgia, Virginia Tech, and Maryland.
Wow. That is an impressive cat. And again, people want to dog him for his blocking. I see a guy who's a willing blocker. He'll put his face in there, and he'll mix it up a little bit at the line of scrimmage as well. And he's a wide receiver. I mean, he's a tight end with wide receiver skills and just outstanding size. I mean, good luck trying to cover this guy.
Ball fumbled, and a fair catch called at the 3-yard line. And now let's take a look at this week's AP rankings, brought to you by Capital One. Clemson, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Notre Dame in the top 5. What jumps off the screen at you, Dusty, if anything here?
How about Texas, TCU, tied 14 apiece? I thought TCU was going to give them all they could handle. I want to see how Texas A&M responds. They eked out a win against Vanderbilt. A lot of expectations, year 3 for Jimbo Fisher. Now they got to go to Tuscaloosa and take on the Crimson Tide, who looked really tough, and obviously Georgia-Auburn, the game of the weekend, making it feel like college football is definitively back in this country.
Amen. Well, kick returner's knee was down at the 3 when he attempted to catch the ball, so that's where they spot it. First down and 10. Nice run by Harris. It didn't make the catch. That's why they spotted it there, not out of the 25.
They just want to get out of here and get to half safely. Let this clock tick down as far as it can possibly go before they take this next snap.
Well, unlike last year when Muschamp's team was leading going into the fourth quarter, they'll go into the locker room looking at a 10-point deficit. A good part of the 17,000 fans here on hand at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Second down and 6. Harris again. Harris collared at about the 9-yard line.
See if they take a timeout here. Yeah, Dan Mullen's going to say, okay, 3rd down. See what you do. I'll take a timeout. And put a little bit of extra stress on South Carolina before we close out this opening half.
Well, Dan Mullen got a little gift after the win last week against Mississippi. None other than Steve Spurrier. Visited him Wednesday, and guess what he gave him? A little bottle of Sutter Home, huh?
A little bottle, too.
Coach Spurrier went all out.
Where does
with
Coach
the bottle
Spurrier
of
even
wine.
find something like that?
Hey, at the 7-Eleven, man.
I bet a bottle like that's in Marty Smith's wine cellar.
Man, look, that was the first thing that I noticed when I saw that photograph. It's like, come on, Coach. First of all, you give the Lilliputian size wine, and then it's Sutter Home. Spurrier, how much money does that guy have? Come on, Coach. Come on, man. I understand kind gestures are kind gestures, but some carry more weight than others. And Sutter Home.
I know. That's because Mad Dog and Thunderbird was all out.
Come on, man.
And of course, Mullen presented it to the athletic director, Scott Strickland, afterward to pass the gift along. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Strickland was the Sports Business Journal AD of the Year. That pass complete to Smith out near the 20-yard line. And our own ESPN president, Jimmy Pitaro, was named Executive of the Year by Sports Business Journal Wednesday night. So kudos to the executives out there bringing home that shiny stuff.
No doubt.
21 seconds to go here in the first half, and now out of the shadows of their own goalposts. Sutter Home. I haven't had that since I was really broke, Dusty. I mean, it's good tasting, but
I'll take your word for it.
come on, man. You were in college at one point.
I don't think I was hitting up the Sutter Home, though.
Okay. All right.
I'll take Coach Spurrier's word for it. It's the good stuff.
You kind of bougie. I know you got those Epicurean tastes.
You use the words like Epicurean and calling me bougie? Get out of here.
10-point lead for the Gators at halftime, looking to improve to 2-0 as we send it to Matt Berry, bougie Jesse Palmer, and bougie Joey Galloway back in the bougie studio. Guys, welcome back, everyone, to ESPN College Football presented by Geico. You're watching the SEC on ESPN from Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Second half coming up here in just a few moments. The Gators leading by 10, 24-14, looking to improve to 2-0 while the Gamecocks look for their first win of the season. As we check out our first half stats brought to you by Zaxby's. Some prolific numbers for the Gators once again offensively. 242 yards of offense, 14 first downs, and they weren't on third down often, but they did convert on 2 of 3 of the occasions. Time of possession pretty much equal between the teams. Mark Jones, Dusty Dvorak, Marty Smith down on the field. He'll be joining us in just a moment. We talked coming into the game about this being a potential college football playoff team. You called them that. And when you look at the Kyle and Kyle combo platter, they've been stacking it up.
Good luck trying to defend these guys. And we've seen South Carolina throw all kinds of different things at them, but there's just no stopping this connection. I mean, once again, 4 catches, 58 yards, a couple of touchdowns. I love the play design here. Boot to the right, throw it back, sneak pits out, and then here, one-on-one coverage on a slant. Good luck trying to deal with that man, Kyle Pitts, who has just been unbelievable here through 6 quarters early on in this season.
Get a feeling before he's done here, he'll be rewriting the record book here at the University of Florida, along with Trask, his quarterback, completing 75% of his passes on the season. Those are up-to-the-moment stats. Look at his passing yards, almost at 600, 8 touchdown passes. Pitts on the end of 6 of those touchdown tosses.
I mean, we're talking about Mackey. I mean, I hate to say it, it's early on,
Go
but
ahead.
The Heisman, I don't know, man. If this guy keeps catching touchdown passes, I mean, somebody's going to have to say it.
Yeah, I don't think that's hyperbole right now, based on what he has been able to do. That combo of Trask and Pitts lining up pretty well with Grossman and Gaffney back in the day.
That's a pretty good combination of my old teammates. Had a chance to play with a lot of Florida Gators, the Chicago Bears, and Rex Grossman He could sling it a little bit back in the day, huh, Mark?
They've sent some guys to the league here in Gainesville. And he'll get the football first to start the third quarter of play. A short kick at the 25-yard line. Comes down to one of the up guys. And out to the 33-yard line on the return. That's Dexter. And Marty, what do you got?
Gentlemen, I just talked to Dan Mullen as he exited the Florida Gators locker room and asked him what he saw from his team. And he said, look, offensively, even though Dusty Dvorak thinks that we're unstoppable with the Kyle-to-Kyle connection, he feels like they've stopped themselves too many times with turnovers and maybe some decision-making at times. He said, defensively, we are getting better, but I'm still questioning the effort at times. Maybe it's 70% or 80%. We have to be 100% every single play, not only running to the football with all 11, but lining up to the football with all 11.
Yeah, spoken like a true coach, Marty. Never quite 100% pleased on the run that time. That was Pierce picking up about 5 yards.
That first half, I think it was 5 possessions, 4 scoring drives. The only one they didn't score on was the Kyle Trask fumble. And that was one thing, to Marty's point, something that Dan Mullen told us. He didn't think the effort was where it needed to be a week ago, and still not happy through the first half of today.
Take the handoff, and now the pass complete. Shy of the first down. That's Kadarius Toney. Made the reception on the play, working against Robinson. That's third and short.
That's an excellent open field tackle by Jamie Robinson. I mean, that's a lot of space over there on the near sideline for Kadarius Toney to go to work, and it's catch tackle. Well done to drop him short of a first down.
Let's see if Tavares Robinson's defense can get off the field here on 3rd and 2 coming up.
Malik Davis checks in a running back. He's the better of the two catching the football out of the backfield. He was a weapon for him a week ago in that department.
Trask out of the shotgun again. Looks to deliver over the middle. Pitts couldn't come up with the circus one-armed grab. It's incomplete. And it's a 3 and out now for the Gators offensively. He was being defended by J.C. Horn.
Well, J.C. Horn's done a really nice job. Look at him right in his hip pocket, stays with him. Maybe got away with a little bit of a grab, but the pass just a little bit too outside the outstretched hand of Kyle Pitts. Couldn't bring it in with one. Odell's wondering why he doesn't have that in his bag of tricks, but nice stop by the Gamecocks defense, and really quality job by J.C. Horn making it tough on Kyle Pitts on 3rd down.
Finn is punting from his own 26-yard line. Had one punt last week against Mississippi for 47 yards. Rolls out to his right. Robinson is going to watch it bounce at the 20-yard line. And it takes a favorable Gator bounce all the way down to about the 12-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 11, actually. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. For the Gamecocks offense, Colin Hill.
He got off to a hot start to begin the day. They went right down the opening drive. He was 5 of 5, 47 yards. And since then, a combination of pressure, drop passes, just 5 of his next 13. We'll see if he can start this second half the way he started the game.
One of his strengths, we're told by Mike Bobo, is his accuracy. That's what really won him the job at South Carolina. Electing to hand it off. Great cutback by Harris. Wow. Made a couple of guys miss on that nice run. Ventrell Miller, number 51, finally pushing him out of bounds, but a nice gain by the sophomore tailback, Kevin Harris.
And Kevin Harris has been a real bright spot. This is set up to go to the left. He cuts it all the way back to the right. Nice pickup there to start this drive for South Carolina.
2nd down and 1 for the Gamecocks. They're going to hand it off to Harris again. Picks up the 1st down. And he's pushed out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Kevin Harris has done a nice job today, Dusty. We've seen all 3 of those tailbacks, but he's definitely been the most consistent and productive of the trio.
He runs behind his pads. He is tough to tackle, and at 5'10", 225, very thick build, almost like a bowling ball. It's tough to get a good, clean shot on him. and it's paid real dividends so far this afternoon.
15 for 81. He's not going to give you a bad run, and that's why they trust him so much. Again here, over the right side of that offensive line, picks up about 4. Dusty, we saw on that ice pick play that you demonstrated so well for us earlier that they were working on Moore, number 55, that tackle who moved into the starting spot. What do you make of that storyline that we alluded to earlier in the game? Has it been a factor so much so far?
No, not really.
No.
I mean, again, there hasn't been a ton of pressure. A couple times Florida, especially as the first half started waning down. Here's the right side of that line that we were talking about. They got a little bit of pressure, but all in all, I think that side's done a pretty nice job today.
Yeah, they run it again that way, and Harris got about 2 yards. Brought down by Diabate. Sets up a 3rd down.
They're in no hurry coming out of halftime. Taking their time, just like Mike Bobo, Will Muschamp told us. They felt that if they're able to shorten this game, run the football, limit snaps for the Florida offense, that's going to put them in position to succeed. Time of possession very close to even. Shi Smith, he's been a 3rd down target on an RPO and slant game in this situation as we see him on the move.
They put him in motion to the bottom of your screen. They look his way, comes out late, but he makes the catch. Got a nice block on the edge, and Smith almost was on his way to the end zone, tripped up. He got a nice block on the corner by Josh Van, number 6. But a touchdown-saving tackle made in the secondary by the Gators.
It's an excellent route there by Shi Smith. Just a quick out, and Van, as you mentioned, an outstanding block to help spring Shi Smith down the sidelines. And a nice pickup on 3rd and 5. Excellent job of blocking on the perimeter by Van to help get plenty of yards after the catch.
They talk about receivers blocking. There you saw a demonstration of why it's so intricate and important. 1st down and 10. Fenwick in the backfield this time. Harris getting a blow. It's going to be Fenwick running over that right side, and a nice gain, but they got a flag down on the field. Looks like we might have a hold on the center, Eric Douglas, number 71. Sometimes there's a reason why the guy gets free.
That's right. So Eric Douglas here in the center. His defensive lineman, 91. Marlon Dunlap starts to come off the block. That right arm gets extended.
You're going to move it back to the 43-yard line on the Gamecock side of midfield.
You know, last week Fenwick came into the second half and he was a real weapon down the stretch, gave him a spark late in the 3rd, into the 4th quarter. We've seen a steady dose of Kevin Harris. See if Fenwick can add a little bit of supplemental help from that spot in the 2nd.
Yeah, he averaged over 5 yards a carry, got the carry here, but they blow it dead.
Just shooting themselves in the foot here.
False start on the offense, number 79, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Well, back-to-back penalties against South Carolina.
Dylan Wanham on the left side of your screen. Just that little flinch prior to the snap. You had a nice little drive going after you pick up the 3rd and 5. Now you start this drive. Now you start this set of downs backed up. 1st and 25. To get out of their own way.
From the 38. Fenwick in the backfield. The toss, he put it on the ground. Fumble, looked like he may have gotten it back, but maybe not. The Gators say they have it. And it's Florida football. Boy, 3 consecutive hurtful plays for that Gamecock offense.
Just a calamity of errors there. 3 straight plays. A hold, a false start, and then Fenwick puts it on the ground.
The toss by Hill hit him in the hands right there. Had it right in the breadbasket. Couldn't squeeze it. Gators possession when we come back. First and 10 for the Gators from the 37-yard line of South Carolina. Off the fumble a moment ago. It was a close call. They reviewed it during the break. We'll have more after this play. Matt Austin, our official, give us the clarification on this call.
Well, if you look at the line judge at the bottom of the screen, as soon as the pass is thrown, he signals backwards for a backwards pass. So he made the initial ruling. The ball hit the ground, therefore they treated it as a fumble. Replay looked at it. In order to overturn it, they almost have to have a shot right down the line because this one is extremely close. To be a forward pass, the pass actually has to go forward. A pass directly sideways is a backwards pass by rule.
And thus you have a fumble. And Florida football, Matt, thanks a lot for joining us.
Timeout.
We have a player down to the field at about the 31-yard line. That player is Keir Thomas out of Miami Central High School. Key part of that defense for the Gamecocks. 6'2 senior, 275 pounds.
Good to see him get up and walk off his own power.
Let's go down to Marty for more on Fenwick.
Extremely frustrated, as you might imagine, after that fumble. He came over to the sideline, threw his helmet, sat down, kind of put his head in his hands and stared at the ground, and his teammates called up to him and came over, and they're like, hey, man, look, get your head up. We got to have you. If we're going to win this game, we have to stay together in this. Get your head up. Think about the next play.
That's a great point and great observation, Marty. This South Carolina team came out playing well in the first half, bouncing back from a tough loss last week against Tennessee. Under 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. On 2nd down and 3, Trask is going to throw it. Great pocket down the seam and incomplete. And a flag called. A late flag coming in. It was broken up by John Dixon.
As he comes in, Jonesy, Dixon's body is going to make contact with the intended receiver, Xavier Henderson. I think that's where they're going to get it. See, as he jumps, his body, I don't know if we can see it great from that side, but
Pass interference on the defense, number 22. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Boy, penalties really starting to take their toll on the Gamecocks. On both sides of the football, there's the
great
pass interference.
shot. Yep. Great shot right there from the back. Nice job by our fantastic camera crew. Give us that look, but you could see from the front, you couldn't really see the body, but from that back shot, lower half of his body comes in contact with Henderson while the pass is in the air. It's going to draw the flag, and to your point, 3 penalties in the last 5 plays and a turnover. Gamecocks shooting themselves in the foot here to start this second half.
Defender has the right to the ball, but he can't go through the receiver. 1st and 10 as a result. Little receiver screen complete. Down near the first down, the catch made by Shorter. Justin Shorter, a big lanky target at 6'5", 225. Man, they got some really good sized receivers here in Gainesville.
Trayvon Grimes, 6'4", almost 220, 6'5" Shorter, and Kyle Pitts, he's a tight end, but might as well be a receiver, all 6'6" of them.
Henderson split to the top of your screen. Little bunch formation down to the bottom. They're going to run it. This is Davis. And Davis stopped up after a gain of about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Got to move the sticks.
Last weekend, that win against Mississippi, they brought Pitts across the formation in one play and hit the corner on a pass.
Tempo here, up tempo, going quick.
Gamecocks get lined up. Trask pulls it out into the end zone. Juggled and caught. Touchdown, Whittemore. He squeezed it after it bounced off his hands. And Whittemore with the score. The Gators able to convert and capitalize on that turnover. And Trask with his 9th touchdown pass of the season. For Whittemore, meanwhile, that was his first career touchdown reception. That gives the Gators a 17-point lead. What was the key on this play, Dusty, that resulted in the touchdown for Whittemore?
A little pick play over on the side, got Whittemore wide open. It's a fantastic play design. You'll see 89 Shorter with the pick, opens up Whittemore wide open. Kyle Trask on target, and the Gators in complete control here in Gainesville.
And welcome back, everyone, to ESPN College Football presented by Geico. And a moment ago, we had a chance to speak with Matt Austin, our rules expert. Dusty, the interpretation, what do you make of it?
Well, we'll take a look at it after this kick. And, I mean, very, very close. We had, could have been a pick play, not called, and it results in a touchdown.
There was a similar play to that last year in this game. And a fair catch called at the 5-yard line for the Gamecocks. Let's take one more look at the score.
So Shorter's going to work through his man all the way up into there to allow Whittemore to come clean. And as you mentioned, Matt Austin said, see how he's working there, he's trying to get position, and then he gets in front. And Matt Austin just talked to the SEC, and they said they would have called this a pick. I mean, it's what it looks like to me. He's essentially blocking out his man and getting in the way as you see him step to his left to shield off the safety, R.J. Roderick, from being able to run with Whittemore. Official missed it. It's 6 for Florida.
Sometimes those offensive guys don't even try to disguise it, Dusty. Let's see how the Gamecocks bounce back from that. The pass incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Remember, the Gamecocks had a nice conversion on a 3rd down pass to Shi Smith on the previous drive. They were on Florida's side of midfield and then began to implode with some pernicious plays that proved to be hurtful, moved them back on their side of midfield. Then the fumble. Florida ends up getting in the end zone, and we're here at 31-14.
And now I think at some point they're going to have to, as we saw a 1st down pass, abandon this run game they wanted to go to and get Colin Hill and this passing attack going.
2nd down and 10. He hands it off to Kevin Harris, who has been his workhorse today. Amari Burney making the stop, the first Gator to get there defensively. And in a blink, it's 3rd down for the Gamecocks.
Nice job in the interior of that defense for Florida. Building a wall nowhere for Harris to go with the football.
Shi Smith has been targeted 8 times today, has 6 catches for 51 yards. This is a tailor-made situation for him. 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Third and 8. Little heat coming and a sack back at the 15-yard line. Chris Bogle was one of a group of tacklers to get there. And he had a lot of his friends to help out.
Yeah, that was just a complete collapse by the right side of the offensive line. They get home and they come clean, as we're going to see him work inside here off the edge. Sorry, it's actually him standing up over the guard. And Bogle, inside move on the guard, gets home and gets clean. And this is going the wrong direction for South Carolina here in the 2nd half.
Todd Grantham likes to dial him up defensively with those pressures, and he had a good one there. This will bounce out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. The Gator defense has been impenetrable here in the 3rd quarter. Making some big plays and celebrating as a result. Back after this. Well, tonight, the ESPN College Football Primetime game, the Deep South's oldest rivalry. Number 7 Auburn, number 4 Georgia. Meeting between the hedges, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on ESPN, as well as the ESPN app. The Dogs have won 3. The last 3 of 6, and last 3 actually in a row, and 6 of the last 7 against the Tigers. Trask under duress and brought down at the 38-yard line. Keir Thomas, who was shaken up just a moment ago came in to make the sack on the play.
A really nice job on the interior with his rush. Watch him work right here. Just going to come inside, go outside on 51. Stuart Reese, the big body guard, 6'6", 350 pounds, the grad transfer from Mississippi State. Excellent job of rushing the passer by Thomas. Engages with the guard, clears him, gets outside, and gets to the cue.
2nd down and 14. Trask out of the backfield, hits his back in high gear. Got some of those yards back. Time now for our Aflac trivia question. Florida's now scored in 400 consecutive games, the longest streak in NCAA history. When was the last time they were shut out?
Yeah. Can you do quick math?
Wright made that last catch on the play, setting up a 3rd down and 9. Over the middle, wide open, 1st down and then some. Tony still on the move, the turbo kicking in. Tony TNT, touchdown Gators!
We've been talking all day that this is one of their best playmakers, not named Kyle Pitts. Just get him the football and he'll do the rest. Fantastic route to come open, and then he is electric with the football in his hands after the catch.
Darius Toney out of Mobile, Alabama, who missed 6 games last year because of an injury, got his form back. Telling his teammate, man, that was too easy. Gave him all the smoke on that catch and run, 57 yards. His 2nd touchdown catch this season and the 4th of his career. And the lead ballooning now to 24 points for the Gators. Did a lot of work after the catch, Dusty.
Absolutely, you'll see him work right here. I love this route. He's going to start up and he's going to work right back inside. As he puts his right foot in the ground, he shakes the defender. Ooh, man, shook him out of his shoes, gets to the middle of the field, and how that many Gamecocks converging on the football don't get him down blows my mind. That's just Kadarius Toney absolutely getting it done. As you see Trask navigate through the pocket, find his open target over the middle of the field, and then it's speed and running through arm tackles as Toney takes it to the house for yet another Gator touchdown.
All they saw was those size 11 shoe bottoms on the way to the end zone, and Trask with yet another touchdown pass on the season. So Toney taking a little bit of the spotlight off of Kyle Pitts. This is a deep and talented receiving core for the Gators. Will Muschamp's team in a huge hole right now, down 24 points with 4:44 to go in the 3rd quarter.
The thing is, last week Trask had 11 different pass catchers. Today it's already 9. He's going to find the open man. You know, he doesn't just lock in on 84. It's not just the Kyle. It's the Kyle Trask being able to go through his progressions, find the open target, and continually deliver accurate passes.
4:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's the kick. And a fair catch called at the 3 by the Gamecocks. Let's go back to the studio.
All right, gentlemen, Missouri not done yet against Tennessee. Connor Bazelak, 37 yards to Logan Christofferson. First ballot tight end name. Christofferson takes it down just outside the 6, and Larry Roundtree punches it in for the Tigers. They've just forced Tennessee to punt, now down 28-12.
All right, Matt. Boy, the Florida offense really clicking here today. Under Dan Mullen and collaborating with offensive coordinator Brian Johnson. Johnson, at 33 years old, one of the youngest offensive coordinators in the country. Shi Smith gets about 4 on that pass. And Todd Grantham's defense has done a nice job here in the 2nd half. There's a look at the impressive numbers by Kyle Trask. 10 touchdown passes in a game in 3 quarters so far.
He's got 3 in his last 8 throws. Kyle Trask is dialed in here early in the season.
Little pressure coming. Smith got rocked at the 33. Stood up quickly, shakes it off, and says, "You need to hit me a little harder than that."
Jeremiah Moon, second to get there on Shi Smith. And Shi, as you mentioned, just shakes it off after the big hit. Nice toughness there by the 5'10" senior wide receiver.
Sets up a third and short.
Need to get this first down as much as anything to help out your defense. They've been on the field a lot in the second half.
Out of the backfield, incomplete. Unable to convert, as Fenwick was the intended target, but it looked like Hill might have rushed it a little bit.
Well, Kyer Elam, really nice coverage outside, and he rushed it a little bit because Jeremiah Moon was barreling down on him.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, and Kyer Elam, he's the flat player right there. Pass just wide of his intended target, and you hate to do this backed up on your own 34, but down 24 points late in the third, you got to go.
A defining point of this football game right here for the Gamecocks. Fourth and short. Harris beside Hill.
Got a fullback over here lined up in wing.
The play clock's going to run down. Maybe we're just trying to draw him offside. Maybe not.
Timeout.
They got a timeout before. Still a 4th and 1. We'll be back in 10 seconds. A 4th down and 1. And we'll see if Muschamp sends his offense back out onto the field. Coming out of this timeout, nose of the ball sitting at the 34-yard line with 3:37 to go in the third quarter. And obviously they can't afford to fall behind any more than they already are. 24 points this late in the ball game, with Florida's offense scoring pretty much at will.
This is a crucial 4th and 1 situation.
Harris has been very dependable today. Running the football, has almost 100 yards, 96 on 19 carries. But he's coming into this play at about 5 yards per pop.
Overloaded on this side. Got two bigs over here. Fullback, tight end.
New sets. It's going to be Harris on the counter, and it's going to be close. It looks like he may have gotten it. Let's take a look at the spot. They gave him an auspicious spot on the play, and it looks like he's got a first down. According to that line, which keep in mind is just an approximation. It's not exact. Zendarius Hutcherson is the South Carolina player shaken up as they give the Gamecocks a first down. One more look.
He needed a yard, and that's exactly what he got. As we'll see motion come across over here from Muse. So he's going to help try to lead the way. Harris cuts it back, and just a leg drive, the extra effort at the end, just enough. He needed a yard, and he didn't get anything more than that.
There's another look, and man, he had to work for every inch, keeping those legs moving. And he got the first down. Kevin Harris, the sophomore, out of Hinesville, Georgia.
Looked as if when Kevin Harris was doing whatever he could to get the first down, he kind of ran into the back of Zendarius Hutcherson, a bell cow, this Gamecock offensive line, making his 31st start here this afternoon. Hope he's okay as he limps off.
Can't overstate how important that first down was, to be able to hold on to the football as Jordan Rhodes comes in for him, for Hutcherson, number 76 right there, with the clean jersey. 1st and 10 South Carolina from their own 35. Hill complete over the middle to the tight end. That's Muse with the catch. Big target at 6'4". We'll move the chains again out near midfield.
Nice tight window throw there by Colin Hill, the best pass he's made in quite some time. Nick Moose just on a post route in the middle of the field, on time and on target from Colin Hill to move the chains.
From Florida's side of midfield at the 48. Hill steps up, fires complete to his back. Deshaun Fenwick sets up a second and short after that reception.
Nice pressure off the right side by Jeremiah Moon. And Colin Hill steps up in the pocket, locates his running back, who works open and gets a nice pickup.
They hand it off to Fenwick. Spinning out of harm's way. Got about 3 yards on the play, down to the 36-yard line. Deshaun Fenwick from Bradenton, Florida, just on the other side of the peninsula. A couple of 100 miles from here.
South Carolina is going to want to try to pick up the pace a little bit. They sit here down 24. Don't seem like they're in too much of a hurry.
4 receivers out on this formation. First down and 10 from the 36. Hill steps up. Fenwick with the catch. His forward progress going to be marked at the 31. Burney making the tackle for the Gators.
Snapping that around 9 seconds on the play clock, Jonesy. I mean, a little sense of urgency you'd like to see from this Gamecock offense. It's great that moving the football, establishing a quality drive, but at the same time, the clock is not your friend at this point.
2nd and 5. They got to move a little bit more expeditiously right now. Going down 0-2 in SEC play to start the season is not the script that they want to follow. Play clock at 10 again when they snap it. Fenwick makes the catch out of the backfield, picks up about 3, and still very deliberate, very methodical in their offensive approach time-wise. 1:06 to go in the 3rd quarter.
The clock's still ticking. Kind of a muddle huddle. Standing just behind the football. Colin Hill's calling out the play, but again, the sense of urgency just not there on this drive.
They've got 2 timeouts remaining. Florida with 3. 3rd down and 2. Little play action, looking up top, downfield, battling in the secondary, incomplete. Tried to find number 84, Rico Powers, but there was one guy over the top and one guy underneath, Dusty.
Well, it's a one receiver route, and it's very well covered. Elam one-on-one, and then there's a safety over the top. I mean, just Marco Wilson gets back to help with the double coverage. It's an outstanding job there by Kyer Elam.
And they decide to go for the field goal here from 46 yards out. Parker White, who's 2 of 2. Curious about the field goal here as opposed to going for it? Regardless, he knocks it through. Parker White, 3 for 3 on the season, with 28 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Coming up on Sunday NFL Countdown, as Sam and the guys will get you ready for Sunday's action, as well as Buckhead coach Bruce Arians revealing the secrets he's passed along to Tom Brady. And Monday Night Football will be in Green Bay as Aaron Rodgers and the 3-0 Packers host the Falcons at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, as well as the ESPN app. And if you have time, hey, coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown. There are some things that folks are just a little bit different in the age of COVID-19. You can still get your leap on, but the landing on the other side might not be as cushioned, Dusty. No one there to be on the other side, but they'll still do it.
Looks and feels a little bit different with nobody in the stands, right? Great to see fans in the stands here, I'll tell you that, man.
Yeah, we got about 17,000 of them here. We had a lottery for tickets and family members of players, and some luminaries on hand too, because we saw cardboard cutouts of Gronk and Tom Brady and Emmitt Smith. And you never look better down there, Dusty.
You're not
I liked
lying.
your suit. I liked your suit.
Not so bad yourself, Mr. Jones.
You got some drip going right there, son.
Rocking that nice pocket square.
28 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Okay, we gave you our Aflac trivia question a little bit earlier, and this was it. Florida scored in 400 consecutive games. The longest streak in NCAA history. When was the last time they were shut out? October 29th, 1988. Galen Hall's Gators lost 16-0 to Auburn here in the swamp. Galen Hall, I wonder, was that Curran Bell time around there?
Don't get me lying, I was 5 years old, but I'll tell you this. I don't think that streak's going to be broken anytime this year with this offense.
Gators had some ballers back then. One of my former neighbors down in Miami, Lewis Oliver, played here at the University of Florida, one of the best to ever do it for the Gators. Great defensive back. Played with the Dolphins in the league. Over the middle, Trask in traffic. Couldn't be caught that time by Pitts. Boy, 84 draws a lot of attention. And be careful when he's pointing at you. That means he's coming for you the next time.
Yeah, tried to slot fade there, and as you mentioned, the safety working his way over the top. Ball over his outside shoulder as Pitts tries to turn and open up, unable to bring it in with that left hand.
Talked about the fact he spent a lot of time in Atlanta during the pandemic, working out, working on his route running, getting strong, refining his game. Pierce in the backfield taking this handoff, trying to get those shoulders square. It's going to set up a third down at about 2.5 to go. Birch pushing him out of bounds.
Running right behind Kyle Pitts there. Nice job helping secure the edge and get Pierce a nice pickup on second down.
Think about this game last year. Pitts had 5 catches for 29 yards on a team that had last year 4 receivers, folks, that went on to play in the NFL this year. And that's going to be the end of 45 minutes of play. 15 to go. And the Gators in charge here in Gainesville. It's the SEC on ESPN, an opportunistic group of Gators defensively squeezing onto their opportunities. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. Back here at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, it's 38-17, Gators in control with the football as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Third down and short. Malik Davis in the backfield. They run the jet sweep to Tony. Tony has the first down and a nice open field tackle made on the play by Dixon. You know, this week the Gators did t-shirts themed with equality. There's a look at Kyle Pitts. Last week the t-shirts read together, all part of the consciousness for social justice and racial equality here amongst the Florida Gators football team. It has been something that they have tried to burgeon and grow amongst the student athletes, the football team, and the student body. Little play action, Trask keeps it. And it is broken up at the 40-yard line. And when you look at the scoreboard, hey, 38 points. A big part of the reason is the offensive coordinator, Brian Johnson, who at 33 years old is Florida's first ever black offensive coordinator. And it was interesting when he was assigned the position, he was actually surprised by the distinction. He didn't know that he was the first. We had a chance to talk with him yesterday. He said that the opportunity is great. He realizes, though, ultimately it's about being able to put in the work. And there is obviously a dearth of black offensive coordinators in college football as Trask delivers incomplete. You think about some of the guys, Dusty, around college football. Casey Dunn at Oklahoma State, Tony Elliott at Clemson, and Eric Bieniemy, although he's in the league, I'm shocked that he hasn't been offered a head college job. He's the one that calls the plays for the Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. And Brian Johnson, I was blown away talking with him yesterday. Seems wise beyond his years at 33, and good on Dan Mullen for giving him this opportunity.
Looking at third down and 10. Let's see what they draw up. Little bunch formation to the top of your screen. Trask almost intercepted, picked. Wow, what a grab by Mukwamu. Intercepted at the 39, a circus pick by Israel Mukwamu.
Well, Kyle Trask was playing with fire that entire possession. He had a couple untimely passes. You see right there, Tony falls down in the route, and a one-handed grab.
Oh, my.
Ooh, I don't know. That's going to be close. Mukwamu just to get the left hand on it and bring it back into the body. And outstanding, that ball touches the ground. We're gonna have to take a look at this. That ball moves and rolls on him as he's coming down.
It must be indisputable video evidence. I thought he had his arm underneath it. And they're going to count the interception. That pass tipped up at the line of scrimmage by Chatfield. Got a hand on it, but a great interception by Israel Mukwamu, a Thorpe Award list nominee. Missed a lot of last week with a groin injury. One of the best cornerbacks in the SEC this year. Had actually 3 picks last year in that game against Georgia. One of them was a pick 6.
Long, athletic cornerback. They were very excited to be able that he was able to practice this week, and the fact that he'd be able to go, as you mentioned, he missed the entire second half against Tennessee, and it cost him.
Giving the Gamecocks a little bit of life. And that pass way off the mark, and a flag thrown. A late flag coming in as the pass was intended for Rico Powers. Hill was way off the mark. That didn't even seem catchable. From our vantage point, here's the call.
Pass interference on the defense number 0. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Bring Elam on a corner blitz, and it's Dean, the safety, who works over the top. And as he falls down, yeah, he gets his hand around the waist.
First down and 10 as a result from the 25. There's going to be Harris behind his blocker. They brought the fullback in, Adam Prentice, graduate student, 6 foot 245 from Fresno, California, sets up a second down after the short gain. On 2nd and 9. This is going to be Shi Smith going in the wrong direction. Let's go back to the studio, the right direction.
All right, guys, another close Saturday for Texas this week against TCU. Down 9, 4th down. Sam Ehlinger to Ronshawn Johnson. Longhorns back to within 2, 23-21.
Okay, Matt, 13:06 to go here. Smith with the catch. Smith, their big offensive weapon, a guy that was mentored by Deebo Samuel, who's now in the league. 3rd and 4, there he is. Smith actually played for Steve Tannehill in high school, former Gamecock quarterback. He's the intended target, broke it up in the end zone nicely by Sean Davis. Boy, he's really made his impact felt here.
No surprise they go to Shi Smith, 50-50 ball, go up. An outstanding job by Sean Davis, timing his jump perfectly, getting the pass deflection, and forcing a 4th down attempt.
It was Davis that was on the wrong side of that targeting penalty last week against Mississippi. Ejected from the game. 4th and 4 coming up. From the 19. Smith complete. Got the first down with a little bit of room to spare. And they move the chain. Shi Smith with another interception, reception conversion.
See Marco Wilson playing off cover, just an in-cutting route, gets right to the sticks, puts his foot in the ground and gets open.
10th catch, and Smith again on the edge. Down to the 7-yard line, tackled by Davis.
Force-feeding the football at this point. I mean, he's their true playmaker offensively, and they're going to get him the ball in a variety of ways.
Shi Smith and Sean Davis bumping their gums at each other right now. In the red zone. Into the end zone, incomplete. Rico Powers, the closest intended receiver, setting up a 3rd down and 5. What do you like here, Dusty?
Britton Cox came in and forced that pass to come out quickly. Shi Smith's looking for a blow, man. He's tapping his helmet. That's not a good sign for the South Carolina offense in a crucial 3rd and medium situation. He's tired, man. He can't. They continue to go at him. He's saying, I need a blow. for Nick Muse, tight end.
Smith on the sidelines, expending a lot of energy. There's Muse. Harris in the backfield. It's Muse. Made one guy miss. Staying on his feet and close to the first down. Let's see where they spot it. It appears to be about a foot short, or maybe a little bit more than that. So fourth down coming up.
Quarterback sneak. Scored on it a week ago from right at the goal line. I'd be surprised if it's anything but that.
Colin Hill goes over the left guard, Hutcherson. And it looks like he's got the first down. With 11:30 to go. They need to score in the worst way here, first and goal.
Big bodies coming into the game. Adam Prentice checks in. 31 Farrell checks in. I'd be surprised if we don't see Kevin Harris try to cap off this drive. Three tight ends set to your left.
Look into the eyes of Harris, the lone back. Play fake and sacked back at the 12. Man, they rocked Hill's world. Number 10, Chatfield, the first one to get there.
Didn't have enough time. They went play action pass. He had Muse open. See it come off the edge. You see Britton Cox come from the other side. Just a poor effort there. That's that right tackle we were talking about. Ja'Kai Moore does not do a very good job on Andrew Chatfield. It's a big hit on Colin Hill, but he hits him up top.
Man, they turned him loose. Third sack of the day for the Gators defense.
Sometimes you overthink it. You're on the 2-yard line. You got a big physical back. Just give him the rock.
Second and goal from the 9. Pass complete. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Harris out of the backfield. And they pull a little bit closer. Colin Hill found his man. The stoic, even-tempered quarterback, the picture of poise on that pass.
Well, this is a great route. Watch the angle route, and you'll see the linebacker flow just a little bit toward the boundary. Puts his foot in the ground, comes to the middle, and he's wide open. Amari Burney got too far outside. A nice job by Colin Hill locating his running back, making a nice route out of the backfield.
Boy, Harris with 3 catches today for 17 yards and a touchdown reception. He's run for almost 100 yards. The Gamecocks pulled to within a couple of touchdowns. Still very much a football game. Folks from the 803, shout out. Back after this. Hey, tonight UFC comes from Fight Island in Abu Dhabi. Never been there, like to. Former bantamweight champ Holly Holm takes on rising star Irene Aldana in the main event. The prelims start at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Plus, with the main card at 10:30 ESPN and ESPN Plus in English and Espanol. To get ESPN Plus, go to espnplus.com or download the ESPN app. Tell you what, Steve Spurrier was wearing the head ball coach hat at both these schools today. Florida and South Carolina. 2-touchdown lead for the Gators, so he wins either way you look at it today, as long as he doesn't give out any more cheap wine, or pardon me, inexpensive wine.
ESPN College Football is presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
3 Heisman Trophy winners, Tebow, Spurrier, and Werfel. Dusty, hey, you never know who could be next.
No, let's take a better look at that play from the AT&T 5G Skycam. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 touchdown passes today for Kyle Trask. A couple there to his favorite target, Kyle Pitts. A big play we showed you there to Whittemore. And how about this? A nice route by Tony, and it's all him after the catch. Speed and broken tackles as he takes it to the house.
Our AT&T Skycam, and Gators with the football. The prolific ways of Trask continue. The first SEC quarterback with 10 touchdowns through the first 2 games. Tim Couch at 12.
Couch had a good offensive coordinator. Mike Leach.
Leach.
Back in the SEC.
Kentucky.
Big week last week.
Yeah, the SEC is on notice. That offense works. Costello at the trigger for Mississippi State. Meanwhile, this is Damian Pierce. Pierce picks up a couple of yards.
Crucial possession right here for the South Carolina defense. They found their way back in this ball game, down just 2 scores. They can get a stop and get their offense to football back there, right back in this ball game.
On 2nd down and 6.
Tony in the backfield.
Little counter play. This is Tony, but tripped up and tackled in the backfield at about the 23-yard line by Jalen Dickerson. Man, he has played a good football game this afternoon.
Well, it's Zach Pickens that makes a play. Watch the penetration, and then you'll see him cleaning up off the edge. But Zach Pickens gets the penetration, makes Tony have to bubble. And it's a quality play defensively by Jalen Dickerson to create the tackle for loss, and now a 3rd and long situation.
See what defensive coordinator Tavares Robinson draws up here. Trying to get his defense off the field. Trask rolls to his right. Fires. Complete, but it looks like it's short of the 1st down by about 3 yards. Catch made by Trevon Grimes.
Yeah, come back around the far sidelines, and Grimes, as he's working his way back, he's 2-3 yards short of the sticks. Got to punt the football here if you're Florida, and South Carolina, Will Muschamp's defense. Tavares Robinson, the defensive coordinator, has got to be fired up as they get exactly what they need. A takeaway on the previous possession, and here a quick 3 and out to get their offense to football back. And just like that, got ourselves a ball game here in the Swamp, Jonesy.
Sir. 5 seconds on the play clock. They let it run down.
Delay of game on the offense, number 18, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
That Gator's a little bit out of sorts there. Going to push it back a few yards.
Can't be happy about that. Mistake that shouldn't happen in that spot.
J.C. Horn is standing at his own 32-yard line for the Gamecocks. Jacob Finn from his own 12 for the Gators. Fair catch called at the 22-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 from there. Guys run a little bit of hot. Gamecocks defense answering the challenge. Can the offense do the same? Well, Saturday is here, and it's time to represent your school. Show us how big you're going today. Submit your best fan video this weekend to hashtag #ShowYourSaturday, and you might just get your 15 seconds of fan fame. Some pretty good looks there in the stands, and hey, dogs are welcome too. This game has not gone to the dogs. Some interesting news around the world of college football. Conference is going to be resuming play on those respective dates with their championship games on their dates. 1st down and 10. Catch made by the back out of the backfield. That's Fenwick. Let's go back to Matt in the studio.
Guys, a play that would make the old ball coach blush. Fake field goal for East Carolina. Tyler Snead takes it right up the gut. They have since just scored a touchdown on a blocked punt. So East Carolina making it a game against Georgia State.
All right, Matt, back here. 5-yard gain on 1st down. This is a big series for the Gamecocks. They score here. Provided they don't use up too much time, they're right there. Hill incomplete at the 30-yard line. Broken up immediately. It was intended for his back. Boy, that was really close. Harris was there.
Amari Burney comes in over the shoulder. I think he timed that up perfectly. Punches the left arm through, hand on the football. Well defended by the junior linebacker, Amari Burney. 2-down territory here. 3rd down is we're down below 8 minutes on the clock, down 2 scores.
3rd and 5. Smith to the top of your screen in that stack formation. They come back the other way. Fenwick complete, has the first down with about 2 yards to spare out to the 35-yard line. Deshaun Fenwick with an authoritative run after the catch.
He's a really nice receiver out of the backfield. Ventrell Miller got cut off by an offensive lineman as he was trying to chase him down in coverage. Couldn't quite get there in time. Pass delivered out in front where Fenwick was able to pick up nice yards after the catch.
We get a timeout down to the field and a player shaken up. Number 55, Ja'Kai Moore, the offensive tackle. Back with more on the other side of this. Ja'Kai Moore was injured as we went to commercial break. Vershawn Lee, number 77 right there with the clean jersey, coming in now to take the snaps on that offensive line at tackle. Dusty, what kind of impact might that have here?
Well, he's a true freshman. He was working in last week against Tennessee, and he gave up a couple of pressures and a couple of sacks last week. It's really why Ja'Kai Moore had come back in the game. So just be mindful and watch on that side. True freshman now coming in at right tackle.
Smith in motion, now the inside receiver. They run the counter the other way. Harris out to the 40-yard line. Pardon me, that's Fenwick getting these late carries. Under 7 minutes to go. South Carolina with a couple of timeouts remaining. The Gators with a full complement of 3.
And in no hurry whatsoever. Just really
down 2 scores.
Taking their time, down 2 scores as we tick around 6.5 minutes to go.
Well, Muschamp told us that this game is critical. They can't go down 0-2 in conference play. This was a hurt team on Sunday as they prepared for the Gators. A little heat coming, and they get to El Hill in the backfield, but there's a flag down as well. Dunlap got there with a little bit of company, and it's going to be a hold against South Carolina.
I think it's going to go on Fenwick. I mean, this is a beautifully timed up blitz by James Houston.
It's going to be an 8-yard loss on the play.
Holding on the offense, number 14. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
I mean, watch him time this up. I mean, just perfect. Running back has got to pick him up. Running back's in bad position. Tackles him on the way down. I'm going to tell you what, James Houston said, I did all this work. I'm going to get the quarterback on the ground. Nice timing up the blitz and finishing the play.
3rd and 13 now for South Carolina.
Shi Smith.
Pass caught by number 80, Mullins. Backup tight end out to the 41-yard line. And about 4 to go on 4th down coming up.
Nice open field tackle there by Sean Davis. Huge, crucial play in the game, 4th down. I mean, I hate to continue to say it, but Shi Smith is a go-to guy in the spot. I also think he's going to look for Nick Muse, tight end, or slot wide receiver.
Yeah, sorry, Dusty. They're perfect 3 for 3 on 4th downs today.
Cox on the right side against that freshman tackle.
And they blow it dead.
Timeout, Florida.
Gators want to talk it over.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
With a 14-point lead and 5:19 to go. Last week the Gators went for 51 points in that win against Mississippi. They've got 38 on the board here, and you know, all the talk, Dusty, has been about the Gators' offense with the 2 Kyles, but defensively, they were not happy with their performance last week. What do you make of the way they've done so far here today?
Well, they've done a pretty nice job, I think, getting South Carolina out of the rhythm. The initial drive today, Colin Hill, they marched right down the field, but they kind of dug in here in the second half, and they're trying to bow their necks and come up with a crucial stop. 4th and 4 here pretty much seals the game if they can find a way to get a stop. Todd Grantham, known to be, you know, an exotic blitzer, really aggressive as a play caller. We'll see if he dials it up. As we've pointed out, there's a true freshman in right now at right tackle. A good opportunity to bring a pressure or get your marquee pass rusher matched up on him. Try to get some heat on Colin Hill.
Nose of the ball at the 41. South Carolina with a daunting task ahead, down 14, 5:19 to go. Fenwick in the backfield.
See over here on this side. Cox and Burney standing on that edge.
Powers, the lone receiver, to the top of your screen. That's Shi Smith in motion. Hill looks that way. Smith on the option route. Makes the catch and has the first down. Oh, and he got rocked at the end of that run. But still on his feet. Sean Davis making the stop, and Smith letting him hear about it.
Well, they did what we thought. They brought that pressure from that side. Marco Wilson got tight coverage, but Shi Smith gets free just enough. Really well delivered pass by Colin Hill. Moved the chains and a crucial first down. Strong hands there by Shi Smith.
Marco Wilson had a handful of jersey against Smith. Hill on the run. He's going to make the most of this, get a first down, and the clock stops with 4:41 to go. They move the chains at the 39-yard line now.
Not bad for a guy that's had 3 torn ACLs. It's amazing to watch him still have some mobility and move around. I've had 2 ACL reconstructions, and I can tell you, just not quite the same. A lot of respect for Colin Hill and the toughness he shows fighting back from 3 serious knee surgeries.
Sometimes that cadaver they put in there is a little bit more lively than what they use on other guys. 4:11 to go. Hill completes it. First down catch and run by Rico Powers.
Kaiir Elam falls down in coverage. So they're going to roll the pocket to the right. It gets tripped right there. You see him on the ground. Leaves Rico Powers, the true freshman, wide open. Nice pickup and out of bounds to stop the clock.
And we have a player shaken up on the field for the Florida Gators. That's Marco Wilson. They've been relatively healthy this year. And speaking of the University of Florida and health, I want to thank University of Florida graduate class of 1976, Dr. Dan Cohen, one of the premier back specialists in the world, for fixing up yours truly right here. Got 4 screws in my back and a couple of spacers, able to call this great college football game with you here today, Dusty.
Thank you, doctor. Thanks for getting my man right. Very much appreciated.
Good to see Marco Wilson come off the field under his own strength. Ball at the 25-yard line. 4:05 to go, 1st and 10.
By the way, you haven't missed a step either. Up, getting around, moving around, doing well.
Put that good hardware in my back, you know. 1st and 10.
Much love to the good doctor.
Yes, sir. Fenwick comes out. And Hill is going to take off and slide in safely to about the 18-yard line. 3:43 to go. The clock running. South Carolina with a couple of timeouts.
They got to pick it up and go. Even I saw offensive linemen saying, let's go, let's go. Clock's ticking. They got to get themselves in 2-minute drill operation.
They're using a lot of time on the clock. Play clock at 20. Smith, the inside receiver at the top of your screen. They're going to run it on the draw play. Fenwick is going to end up about 2 yards short of the first down. He's tackled by Moon and Carter. So it's 3rd down and short, obviously 4-down territory. But they are in dire need of a lot more time than they have showing on the clock. 3rd and 2.
I mean, the sense of urgency, where is it? Just taking their sweet time. The time is not on their side.
Yeah, this is not turbo boosted right now. Very deliberate, in fact.
Yeah, they've been rotating 55, Ja'Kai Moore, and Vershawn Lee in right now, the true freshman back in at right tackle.
On 3rd and 2, it's going to be Fenwick. And he's stopped up short of the first down by about a yard. Clock's still running. They've got a couple of timeouts remaining.
Trying to salvage those and save them for if they get a score, but man, this clock just continues to dwindle away. I mean, they're changing personnel packages and rotating guys in and out. Let's go ahead and huddle up. Down 2 touchdowns. We're approaching 2 minutes. Wow, I'm just...
Play clock at 10.
I mean, they may have to call a timeout just to get the snap off.
Yeah, you can't take them home with you.
They got to rush to the line.
They just get it off in time. They give it to the tailback. That's Kelvin Harris. And Kevin Harris picks up the first down with 1:50 to go at the 14-yard line. This is a methodical drive.
But you don't need methodical now.
No, we need.
You need quick strike.
Hill comes underneath. This is Harris. Made a nice move, spins, and brought down at about.
Why wouldn't you
3.
get out of bounds? If you're Kevin Harris, walk out of bounds. Okay, so they're saying he got out. Okay, initially
that was close.
Looked like that. Like the first official in, he was winding clock. Second one in, he blows it dead. Oh, clock's rolled.
They spotted it at the 4 with 1:20 to go.
No, they're rolling clock.
Harris in the backfield, Smith in motion. Into the end zone and incomplete. They stop the clock with 1:04 to go. It'll be second down and goal for Colin Hill. The transfer from Colorado State coming home. South Carolina, mom and dad watching today amongst the 17,000 in attendance here at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Good to have him within driving distance of home.
Got to be nice for mom and dad to have him close, as you
Yes.
just referenced, but also just to watch their son and all the adversity he's overcome to put himself in this spot.
He was still rehabbing from that ACL in January.
Shi Smith, slot top of your screen.
Looking that way into the end zone. Loose, incomplete. Boy, it looked like it actually hit Smith in the hands momentarily. There was good coverage back there.
Got away with a push-off. Got away with a push-off here from the defender. You see the separation he creates.
Oh, he dropped
and
that.
just unable to bring it in. Drops were an issue in the first half, and uncharacteristic drop there by the go-to target, Shi Smith.
Boy, even Colin Hill's mom and dad thought it was 6.
That's saying, got to catch it.
Third and goal. Hill into the end zone again. Incomplete, intended for Smith again. And broken up again, this time by Hill.
Jaden Hill undercuts that route. Nice coverage. They try to hit him in the end zone. Really well done by Jaden Hill. In great position. Gets the pass breakup.
Fourth down, and obviously they're going to go for it. Just a matter of play call selection now. Harris in the backfield.
Shi Smith's been such a go-to target. These spots, Shi Smith.
And Dan Mullen calls timeout for the Gators with 55 seconds to go. His team comfortably ahead by 14 points. And we're going to go back to the studio.
Guys, here comes NC State. What a game they have today against Pitt. Here, Leary to carry Angeline. Touchdown, Wolfpack. They have taken a 1-point lead, 24-23, midway through the fourth quarter. And Texas has the ball at the TCU 7-yard line, looking to take the lead over the Horned Frogs.
Okay, back here, Matt. South Carolina's 5 for 5 today on fourth down conversion situations. But I think when you start reflecting on this game, depending on the outcome, if it works out for them, it works out. If it doesn't, some will question the pace at which the offense went at late in the game. They were very deliberate.
Clock management late in the third through this fourth quarter has been a bit of a head scratcher.
On fourth and goal.
Here we go.
Hill looking to pass, surveys. Still with time in the end zone, behind Smith. Incomplete. He had him open, but threw it behind Shi Smith, and the Gators will take over on downs, and that should pretty much do it.
Well, it's really good initial coverage. Nothing is open from the onset for Colin Hill. Goes through his progressions. He's got time. Well done by the offensive line. And then he locates Shi Smith, who breaks open. Pass just behind him.
Wow.
Unable to bring it in. I mean, Shi Smith working to his quarterback. It's how you work to get open. That pass just behind him. He puts that out in front. It's an easy touchdown.
I know he touched it, Dusty, but that was a very extremely difficult catch. And if you think Coach Muschamp was disappointed, man, there's the video evidence of it. Meanwhile, Coach Grantham's defense and Dan Mullen did what they were supposed to. They delivered on 4th down this time. Gamecocks with a couple of timeouts. They may or may not use them here. The Gators on the verge of improving to 2-0 and enjoying their highest ranking since 2012. Hey, Dusty, we started the top of the afternoon by talking about Florida as a potential college playoff team. What are your thoughts now with just seconds to go here?
This offense is real. I mean, they are very good, especially there for a while. They were dialed in, and I mean, with the weapons at Kyle Trask's disposal, the offensive mind of Dan Mullen, and the way Kyle Trask is playing right now, I still stand convicted that this Florida team is in the conversation and will be throughout the course of the season for those college football playoff spots. The question is, and I think the defense played better here today. They did against Ole Miss. Clearly far less yards given up today to South Carolina than Ole Miss, but that's still an area that I think they continue to progress and get better, and I'm sure Coach Grantham would say the same.
We see Georgia and Auburn a little bit later on our network. Meanwhile, when you look at the totality of the SEC, how do you see Florida matching up against some of the quote-unquote other contenders?
Well, I think it's Florida and Georgia. They're the top 2 dogs to me in the SEC East, and you know, when that game happens, it's already a massive game. But this Florida offense, that Georgia defense really is going to be quite the show and fantastic to watch.
The Kyle Trask and Kyle Pitts show playing to rave reviews again here today. As Trask, 21 of 29 passing, 268 yards, 4 touchdowns, while Kyle Pitts had 4 catches for 58 yards and a couple of touchdowns. You're looking at instant grits right there, folks.
Let's take a look at Kyle Trask's touchdown passes. Love this play design. Boot to the right, sneak Pitts out to the left, little misdirection. There's the RPO, right at the mesh point, make those backers come up, and then hit an open Kyle Pitts. Little pick play we've looked at a couple of times. Whittemere comes open, and he puts it on him, and how about this? Tony, great route, and just fantastic with the football in his hands after the catch. Kyle Trask, you referenced it earlier, 10 touchdowns in his first 2 games.
Dusty, he was rated the 2,123rd rated prospect in high school. Ratings don't matter sometimes.
And you know what I love about him, though? Whether it be De'Aaron King in high school, back in Manville, and Marty Smith was telling me a great story that Trask told him that, you know, people were saying, why don't you transfer? Why don't you go somewhere else? And he said, this is where I'm from. This is where I'm going to play. Had a similar mindset here in Florida. How many times do we see people rushing for the transfer portal? Not that young man. He's waited his time. He's put himself in a great position, and now he's leading one of the best offenses in all of college football.
He has a lot of ordnance to work with. When you look at Pitts, Tony, Whittemore, Copeland, Shorter, Grimes, the young freshman out of Miami, Xavier Henderson. A lot in the toolbox. This one is cooked, glazed, and sliced, folks. Florida wins it 38-24. They improved to 2-0 and off to their best start ranking-wise since 2012. I'm Mark Jones for Dusty Dvorak, Marty Smith, and our talented crew behind the cameras you never get a chance to see. We're going to say so long from Gainesville, Florida. Goodbye, everybody.
ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the Southeastern Conference.